Hello, it's Becky here from What Becky Did Last Night, and I've got some more of the Prismacolor Technique boxes here because they're currently, I guess they're being cleared out, so they seem to be reduced and on sale everywhere. So I picked these up as a bit of a bargain on Amazon. I'll pop a link below in the description so that you can go and see if they're still available and still have good prices. Now's the time to buy them, really. I think one of these cost me like $16. Which is a big reduction in its original retail price. But they are a few years old now, so they might be just clearing them out. So in terms of stocking up on additional pencils and getting a few extra accessories, I think these make, I think the price is right. If you want to get these, you're going to get a bargain. But I do want to talk about, well, we'll see if the online lessons are still available for a start because they are a few years old. We'll see what we've got inside each of these. And I'll tell you my thoughts on these boxes anyway, because I had two other of these. Let me just grab those. I'll show you which ones I already had. Okay, so the ones I had previously was the level 1 portrait and the level 1 animal. And I didn't really find the tutorials that useful in these ones. You do get to follow along with the artist who is showing you their process, but there's a couple of things we'll see. The paper that they give you is not ideal for pencils at all. It's too heavily textured, and it's, I mean, I guess it depends on what you like, but it's not typical for color pencil, especially if you're starting out. It seemed to be a different paper to what they were using as well. So, our mileage is not going to be the same. But also it just seemed to be a follow along thing rather than some kind of academy lesson where you are learning the approach to be able to do these. So anyway, so let's open these up and see what we've got. So I've got today level 2 and level 3 nature. Okay, so I liked the look of these ones, and the level 3 animal. I kind of skipped over the level 2. They do have different things inside in terms of level 1 and level 3 tends to be color pencil stuff, but I think the level 2 is more of a mixed media thing. So I think we've got some of the other products in here, which again, I thought, well, that's a good price because I don't have all of the other products. I haven't tried all the products that Prismacolor has to offer. And then also I wanted to build up a stash of color pencils, or Prismacolor pencils specifically, to have out on my desk. Not a full set. I just want some grab and go colors. So if I'm doing oil pastels or anything and I just need a navy blue or something, I can just grab that rather than go through all of my well-organized pencil trays, which I want to, only be navigating when I'm doing pencil work. So where should we start? I've ripped these open already. So let's go with the level 2 and the level 3 nature ones. So starting with level 2. So it says there's 27 items in here. There is a QR code for the free online art lessons. You get everything really well packaged. So I will give them that because obviously we know that there are some issues. Okay. Yep. So this level 2 one is mixed media based because we have some of the water products. A couple of nice brushes here. They're completely unbranded, but we have a small filbert and a small round. So not sure on the quality of those particularly, but they'll do a turn. They'll get some mileage. How long they last, I don't know. Right, so we have the instructions. So bearing in mind we're supposed to be able to create this artwork here. This is the instruction pamphlet. So the concept is great. And like I say, this is the price point now. The prices that they're coming up is this is the time to buy if you didn't, you know, because at least the contents are valuable. But I think where they fell short, in my opinion, was possibly the lack of having a masterclass that would transfer to your work, in my opinion. Okay, so we've got a bit on the color wheel here. So this is nice. So we're learning about, and I think this is one of the things, so the 3 levels. The first level they're calling is drawing and shading. Level 2, you're supposed to be migrating and developing that with color and style. And then level 3, refinement and mastery. So maybe because I hadn't done a level 3 box that I hadn't felt, you know, like I've learned much, perhaps. So yeah, so obviously this is not instructions for the project itself, but we are getting some useful color information. Okay, so then we have our template. Or is this a practice copy? So we've got the landscape drawn out twice, which actually, this could have been better paper maybe for pencil, but it's nice and smooth. It's almost too much the other way, so I don't know. Could be played on. And then here's the drawing pad. And honestly, I tried a few pencil techniques with the first drawing pad that I got, but then really it's kind of a decent mixed media paper, so I just use it for watercolor swatches mostly now. I'm just going to see if I can help you see the texture on there. It is a more of a cold press. Like, it's not super rough, but you can see, you know, it's not your standard pencil paper. But really why I'm here is just to get some more goodies. So they all came with this one, I think, which is the 03 fine liner in black. So you end up with the same one, I think, in all of them or most of them, but we'll check if they're the same in all of the others. Six brush tip. I'm going to say these are their water-based markers. Okay, so we've got some nice colors there. So I haven't tried these at all. They're kind of on the small side. So just to compare, if I grab a Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer pen, you know, that is the size of an art water-based marker, although it is dual tipped. So I don't know. This is obviously bulkier. This is less so, but that's how your brush nibs compare. But I have to say, these aren't comparable products because, you know, these are light fast tested, and I'm not sure what the situation is with these, but I would have to look up the whole range. So maybe I'll do that right now. Okay, so I've just had a look, and I can't actually find these for sale now at all. I see that they have a double-ended markers called Prismacolor Premier, and they are obviously nothing like this at all. So not even sure if they sold these or you know, before, like if they're discontinued, anything like that. But yeah, let's presume that they are not light fast. So don't, you know, use these for your light fast work. The sharpener has got the made in Germany blade. So, you know, at least you're getting a half decent blade in the sharpener. This one has their watercolor pencils. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of their watercolor pencils. Okay. Now, is this a design? So the watercolor pencils seem to be split down the barrel, which at first I wondered if that was just a fault, but it seems to be the design of how they encapsulate the leads of these watercolor pencils. So make of that what you will. That worries me a little bit because obviously, you know, these are going to be around water materials, although they do seem well varnished, but still. Um, Again, I'd have to look up any light fast information on those. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Prismacolor pencils. And these all seem to be, yeah, no cracks, nothing bad about these. Okay, so these ones seem to be in good condition because obviously we know that there can sometimes be problems with Prismacolor pencils. I just grabbed it. This one's an Albrecht Dürer. I picked up a Pitt pen, but basically the barrel's the same. That's why I picked up the wrong one. But yes, they're. Okay, so I will take a look at the website after I've unboxed the others. But here you go. This was, and I just checked actually, this box is unlimited time deal on Amazon for like $14, $15. So I think for $15 for this, if you think that's a good price to have a little play with some supplies and hopefully take part in a lesson that's going to get you a nice landscape, colorful landscape like this, then I think that's a good price. Let's open the next one. So here's the level 3 kit, and we're going back to just pencils now. And so here's the project we are intending to create. And this time our instructions are about the grid method. So how you can use a grid to transfer your image. So I guess that is what we're learning with this, and that is a useful skill because then you can take any reference photo and replicate it with some precision. So not a bad idea at all. We do get this template, so we get the grid template that we can use, and again we have a template here. There used to be, so this is completely expired. So this shows you how old this is. So this coupon that they give you for another $5 off another kit expired in 2023. So, you know, I guess these kits are on the way out. We get one of these in every box. So, and again, for me, this is not a drawing pad. This is mixed media watercolor. I don't even know if it's, you know, we get no information about what kind of paper this is, but that's what it seemed to be better at. This is useful. So the level 3 kits come with a pencil wrap, which is useful. So this is why I want to just have like an assortment of Prismacolors just out on my desk. You know, this is probably how I'm going to use it, but the content 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is that a double? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this one's got 35 loops for pencils, which isn't really a set of anything. But yeah, you have a larger one here and a larger one here to ram some more in. But like I say, it's just, you know, you have a selected number of colors for that. So that kind of took the value up for me but the level 3 kits were always more expensive anyway. In this one, so we're getting, wow, that's super tarnished. Thank you for this well curated sharpener, but at least it has the German blade. But thank you. I guess I have a spare blade for another one. Oh, there's actually rust in my hands. These erasers are half decent. Okay, so it's like the firm one, can get some color pencil up and things, so I don't mind this. All right, so we get a colorless blender. That's useful. So even if you already have Prismacolors and you don't have a colorless blender, you're getting something new. We've got a 4B and a 2H of their their sketching pencils. My question is, why do we have different sized cores? Interesting. Don't know. Don't know if that's on purpose or what. So we have those. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pencils. And as you saw, they're paired, or they're largely paired. So you have a light and a darker shade of each. So this is actually a really useful assortment of pencils. So I can't complain about that. But we do end up with some duplicates because obviously we've already got the white, but then the white is very useful to have multiples. I think I can't remember if there's a video out there, but I know that when these first launched, a few content creators had acquired quite a few of them and did notice the number of duplicates in the color pencil, so you do end up with quite a lot of duplicate colors. So this is not the way to build up your collection of Prismacolors. But in terms of, if you're traveling, if you're on vacation or something, and you're going to see your aunt and you just want to pick up some kind of art project that you could travel with to take, then these are great. Okay, so let's add these to my stash. And then one more box. Okay, so this is the level 3 for the animal. And if the tutorial is good enough and I can create something as good as that, I'll be very happy. Use your own photo. So we're going to learn again. So this is where things started to double up, because I think we're going to learn about the grid method again. Okay. So yeah, so we have a piece of paper with one grid template and the expired coupon. Yet another drawing pad. Another grid. And level 3 instructions are exactly the same. The wrap is the same. I did take a peek at this one ahead of time, but yeah, the wrap is the same. Oh, okay. They got worse. They got worse. The sharpness have actually gotten worse. Where has this been stored? Why is this literally decaying? If it's been no comment. All right, needed eraser. This is I think this is expired. What? This has turned into a rock. Okay, I'm so glad these are reduced. They clearly need to get these off the shelf. Um, they're past their best. I don't even know if I can save this. I was excited that there was a kneaded eraser because, you know, you do need to replace them over time. I don't know if there's any hope for this one. Oh dear. Yeah, it's past. Look, it's solidified on the outside. That's going straight in the trash. Okay. Oh, look, a number 3. Another number 3 liner. Another colorless blender. Useful. Thank you for that. I will take care of that. 2B this time. We had not got 2B. We had 4B and 2H, I think. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 Prismacolors. And they all seem, I just like this one, the way it's been printed. Yeah, these all seem to be well hand picked out because I don't see anything to, nothing's jumping out in terms of the more serious quality control issues. But yeah, these all seem to be good. Blimey. Okay, so also just because it amuses me, you know, the sharpeners here clearly are not holding up to 5 years of shelf life. However, let's just take a moment to appreciate that the German blades are. Okay, and that's why we like to buy sharpeners that say made in Germany on the blade. Those are disgusting. Okay. Okay, so I scanned the one of the QR codes just to make sure that the website is still live. And it is, and you would go and redeem your code and get access. I've not done that yet, but as you can see, you know, it does give you some good videos of the artist working on this. It seems to be, so for this project, we've got 45 minutes of footage. So again, I'm not sure if that's going to be enough and substantial enough for some people. But, you know, I think what I'm trying to say is you can't really come at these boxes, even the level 1 one. I found that if you were an absolute beginner, you just bought the kit to get into pencils. It's a bit, it doesn't cover everything that I think you need. So I think that you do need to come into this having some experience. Okay, so I've activated my redemption codes, which you find them in the lid of the box, and you need to include the hyphen. So once you've done that, so you go to the, either scan the QR code or go to the website, and then you want to activate your code. So I don't have this one, so let me show you how it works. You go to redeem code, and then down here at the bottom, you don't worry about any of this other stuff. This is after you're logged in. Type the promo code in with the hyphen, and then click on complete purchase. But I did want to show you what one of these online tutorials looks like. So if we look at the level 3 Pat 1, again, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 videos. You've got about an hour's worth of content there. You have the reference images. You have the booklet that came out of the box in case you've lost that or you don't want to keep hold of it. But I also wanted to show you the bonus content in here as well. So this, I think everybody can access, I think, but they do give you some beginner. I know I was a little quick to say that I didn't find these very beginner friendly. But to be fair, I think the beginners need to start with this section. So there's a whole bunch of bonus content. I'm not sure if you get access to all of these or whether these are connected to any particular boxes, but I think you can all get into this. And then unboxings of the different boxes. So that's about it, really. I just wanted to show you that and show you the different. Let's have a look at some of the different boxes you can get. Now, some of these I didn't even see, so I haven't seen this one for sale. They've got some mixed media ones. So I don't know if these are newer boxes that have come out or what the deal is. Portrait was only one box. That's interesting. Okay. So I think what was lacking on this one for me was color theory for portraits is very, very complicated. So there's so many ways of going about doing your color selection and laying down colors for portraits that this is obviously just one way to achieve this look. But I didn't feel like I learned how and what I was doing too much. But yeah, we've got some landscape ones there, animals and nature. So you can find, like I say, take this into consideration when you're considering the value of the box. Just before we continue with the video, I just wanted to say that I did make a ultimate Prismacolor and ChromaFlow color chart, which you can download for free or via donation. I've combined the ranges from both of these products because they play really nicely together. So the Derwent ChromaFlow and the Prismacolor pencils. And there are a couple of versions that you get with this, whether you want to include the recent retired Prismacolor purples or the new Prismacolor purples, or one with both of them in. So there's a link for that in the description as well. The pencils I'm not going to test out because Prismacolor pencils are going to be Prismacolor pencils. But given the state of some of the other items, I do just want to check the watercolor markers and the watercolor pencils. I haven't tried those out before. Okay, going in with the red. Okay, we have ink. Yay! Yeah, these don't have any names or numbers on them, so I wonder if they were just developed for this kit, but that would be a bit strange. I'm sure they must have sold these on there as a product previously. Crumbled. These are very soft. Okay. Then we'll activate these. Okay. So the markers are not really moving on the paper. So again, is that because they give us this weird random paper? Or is it that the markers don't lift up too well? That one moves a bit better. Well, they're not really reacting, but I think, to be fair, I should probably pull out some watercolor paper and, well, no, because I've used this for watercolor swatching, so yeah, like this one. This is done on the same, this was this paper. These are very thick pencils once they're activated. So the pencils have got more enjoyment. They've got more going for themselves. Hmm. Just back with a bit of an annex, actually. First of all, I think that the price I paid for these was worth it. It's probably a bit on the steep end, due to the deterioration of some of the items, but I think it's okay. I just these pen. I just wanted to just do another check. Just 1 second. I just want to compare this paper with an Albrecht Dürer. Okay, so the paper is not being very favorable for this. So again, they gave us paper that is not ideal for either the pencils or the water-based markers that they give us. Here's some Canson mixed media paper. Okay, so the paper helps because the paper does release it a bit better, but still, that is the Prismacolor pen, and that's the Albrecht Dürer. You can see it does all move and shift compared to what we have here. So there is an improvement with the paper. However, I don't know, it's a tough sell for me, those level 2 boxes. I just think I would stick to their pencils, quite frankly, but yeah, I hope that was helpful. Let's discuss. If you think it's a bargain right now, based on the contents that you're receiving, so based on the items that you're getting, I probably would, if the pens aren't doing it for you, I probably would skip out on the level 2 boxes. The level 3 boxes, I think the nice thing about it is you get one of these. You know, I guess you could buy a cheap one of those if you wanted. Otherwise, if you know, look at the price per pencil. If you think it's a good price per pencil, then grab them, because I'm pretty sure Walmart was selling them and some other places. So you're probably going to find them popping up in the bargain bins, wherever they used to be stocked. Well, I hope that was useful. Let me know what you think about these and whether you think now's the time to buy. And was this a failed product, or do you think that actually this was, am I being a bit too harsh? Did any of you find these really useful when they came out? And would you pay full price for these? I think they're about $40-50 full price. So definitely between 30 and 40 at least. So let me know. Interested in your thoughts. All right. Take care.